By show of hands, how many people know who Clara Looper is? One? Wow. Okay, well, you're going to learn something new today, so this should be interesting. If you listen, you might learn something. So you can say, I learned something that's cool today. Well, you all know we have come a long way since segregation. One of the main people that had an impact on segregation in Oklahoma was Clara Looper. She was one of the first women rights people in Oklahoma to fight for segregation and things like that. She came from Muskogee County in Oklahoma. She traveled a lot of miles to go to school in Grayson High School, where she graduated with the class of 5. Can you imagine graduating with 5 people? That's a really small class. I had a class of like 40, but it's 5. So that was interesting to me. She later went on to go to Langston, where she received her bachelor's degree. She was the first black woman to attend the history program at OU. So that was very interesting. When you find somebody that's coming from the same state that you are in. She taught at John Marshall, she taught at Classen, and she taught at Dungey High School. Well, I picked her because I remember my mom always telling me about her mean teacher. She always said, I had a mean teacher and she's kind of famous, and she would always tell me about her. So I'm like, I asked her, I said, Mom, tell me some more stories about her. And she's like, well, if you was late to her class, she'd just slam the door right in your face. Or you had to turn in your work on time. She never accepted late work. So she didn't play no games. That's back in the day where you could have rulers and hit kids. She said she used to hit them and stuff. She said, ooh, I did not like that woman. I said, oh, Mom, that's not nice. You're supposed to like your teachers. So that's one thing, a moment that my mom told me about. She was the president of the NAACP Youth Council, where she organized sit-ins. Her first sit-in was at Cat's Drugstore, where her and a group of young youth went in and they tried to buy soda pop, and they were not allowed to buy, so they sat there for a long time until the store let them buy the pop. So she went to jail 28 times. Can any of you imagine going to jail 28 times? That's a lot of time. And I was like, wow, her record must have been long. Don't know how she became a teacher. But she went to jail 28 times. She organized the sanitation strike. She was a candidate for the U.S. Senate in 1972. She founded the Freedom Center. Her honors was, she was in the 2007 Hall of Fame of Oklahoma. She has a scholarship in her name, the Clara Looper Foundation. She also has a street named after her in Oklahoma. She also received the Rosa Parks Memorial Award. She wrote a book called Behold the Walls, and it also has the play, which is like about Martin Luther King life. She actually marched with Martin Luther King and done all those civil rights marches and things like that. She had a magazine called The Black Voice. She also had her own radio show. So she done a lot of things to impact Oklahoma. So they also placed her casket in the Capitol of Oklahoma, which I would probably really want to go see now since I know about it. But her casket is actually in the Capitol. So, if you did not know anything about Clara Looper, you can leave here today saying that you learned something new.